Hello, everybody. This is Frankie Day from Frankie Day Models. Okay, for this rainy, overcast Sunday. Not too bad out there, Dan. I think the weather is about 43 degrees out there. It's summertime compared to how it was last week. So we got some kind of a break in the weather, but I can think sure do away with this rain, but it is what it is. Okay, this is going to be the last build I'll be doing in here, this trailer. Also, I'll be working on the USS Texas, too. I got that behind me over here. I'll be working on that tonight, but right now my mind is occupied with something else. Right now, the topic of the video is the USS Oklahoma, a MODELIK 1/200 scale paper model. This thing is very difficult to build, but to me it's a piece of cake. And I went ahead and made an option, either go ahead and put the waterline on there without give the skin, so how it's put together, but I decided not to, so I went ahead and went one step further. Sand the skins down like that and go ahead and paint. Okay, right here, without further ado, I'll show you how much progress I got done on this thing. I don't think you guys ever seen this before other than the booklet. I remember this came out of the book. USS Oklahoma was built by Bethlehem Shipyard in 1915. It was in service by 1916 during the First World War. See a lot of sanding there. People ask you, well, man, how do you sand that thing down and go through the paper? It's very simple. What you do is you spackle. You brush that spackle on with a paintbrush. You don't apply it on with a palette or your fingers or a stick. You brush it on, then you take your sandpaper, wet dry sandpaper, fine sandpaper, just keep sanding until it's feathered in. You can see how it's feathered in. Then you hit it with some primer. Paint will not hurt paper, guys. Really, it won't. As you can see here, I'm painting this thing. Today, I'll finish up this whole hull by the skins, and I'll go ahead and brush on some spackle, let it dry 24 hours, go back and sand it and prime again. Once the whole entire hull looks like this, I'm ready to put the side skins on. So you don't want to sand through the paper. You just brush on that spackle. Not too wet. Just enough. You can brush it on. It'll smooth out. Then, for spotting out, you can use your Bondo putty or use any kind of surface putty that you have. Make sure it's on there lightly. What I mean by spotted out, it got little dents like this in it. You see small little dents and imperfections like that. And so this here, I suggest using this. This dries about 2 or 3 minutes once you put it on your model. You go back and take your wet dry sandpaper and sand it down. It'll smooth it out real perfectly. Hit it with some primer. It's perfect. I got the starboard side done too as well. She had some radical torpedo blisters, I tell you that. That's probably really caused her to turn over like it did. My uncle was on this ship. He died aboard it. He was as I mentioned before, he was a fireman. Not a fireman, he was a machinist mate, second class. And his damage control station, and even also his not only damage control station, but his GQ station is in the steering compartment. Now, on the steering compartment, they get these spring hatches. They come up from the main deck. These here are spring hatches here. These two big old hatches across here are spring hatches. I'm going to tell you what a spring hatch is. They got a very powerful spring that can bring that hatch up, and it has torque on it. It's got a dogging wheel on top only, not from the bottom, the top only. You ran on the main deck, go down the spring hatch, and they close that deck and they tighten up that wheel. They dog it down. That's called the doorway to your coffin. And I can only just guess and tell you how probably what happened to him. She took Oklahoma was inboard of the USS Maryland, and she took more. Her and the West Virginia, all the ships that were outboard took all the heat, took all the torpedoes. Heck, the Arizona, the vessel took one torpedo, and the West Virginia took 8 torpedoes, and the Oklahoma took 9 torpedoes. The California took 3. Nevada didn't get torpedoed till she made her sortie, getting underway, get out of the harbor. And that's when torpedo bombers came along. They put a couple of fish in her, and she sunk at Hospital Point, 38 feet of water. And my uncle, he was, like I say, the she's made. He was down below. Like I say, once they dug that wrench down, you're there. You're not going nowhere. You're not going nowhere. So when she turned turtle like that, when she went down, I imagine he was flooded and died in the water. I mean, I imagine he drowned like a rat. Like I say, by the big torpedo bilges, like the water's only about so like that. You know, when you got the bottom of your hull, you probably got maybe 10 feet of water, 10 feet till it hits the bottom of the harbor bed. Well, shit, it hits those bilge kills, and they're round. And gravity will make things roll over. That's exactly what happened to her. It don't matter if it was deep water or shallow water, she would have sunk the same way. She just turned turtle. The counter flooding couldn't be achieved. But it was horrible. Anyway, this model is pretty difficult to build. It's a paper model from MODELIK. You want to get one of these, try your hand at paper mark, go to Fenton's Paper Models out of Bamberg, Germany. And they'll send you some models in there. This is some card models. So I got a lot of these skins to put on. Gotta cut all these out, form around the hull. Before you know it, it's a model. Okay, it's about the third time I whip this from your face. Come here, wherever you are. I got you by the stand, buddy. You ain't going nowhere. I'll be working on this Texas. This is a beautiful ship. I want to tell you something. This is a very, very old ship. People don't know how old it is. This thing was built before World War I. It was built 1911? Yeah, 1911. The Battleship Texas. This here, Battleship Texas, was the third USS Texas that was registered in the United States Navy. The first one was an ironclad during the Civil War. The second one was used during the Spanish-American War. By 1911, just after the launching of the Titanic, before the Titanic Olympic, this was built. She served in World War I, World War II, Korean War, and that was about her last war she served as during the Korean War. And after that, maybe couldn't use them anymore. But she was a powerful lady, a strong lady, and a beautiful ship. So anybody wants to know to see the majesty of this battle wagon right here, this dreadnought, just go see where the Texas is at. They did a lot of work renovating her. I got to sand this down, and I got to prime it and paint the hull. That we done. Well, that's drying right there. It's drying. When it dries, I'll go ahead and push the rest of the skins. Anyway, that's why I got shaking. I'm trying to keep my mind off problems, guys. And I ain't gonna take no medication like that. I just face lie straight on. And as long as my mind is occupied, this is good medicine for me. It really is. Tomorrow, I'll be out there looking for a home tomorrow. If I spend all day long, I'll find something. I will find it. There's something out there. I know there is. I just got to go to the catch-22 to get to it. Hopefully, with Mr. Trump in office now, he may be able to reopen all the housing, and we'll be able to have a house. People should have a home. Don't matter regardless if you're poor, rich, wealthy, or what. It don't matter. A person should have a home. To me, this is a new experience. I've never been to this before. This is my third time, and Jesus. I'm strong, guys. I'm strong. I'm not that easy to kill. My brother, he's resting softly in there. No pain. He's all right. They gave him some pain pills like that. He takes those pills. He's gone. Good night, Irene. He wakes up, gets something to eat, and he's fine. He gets up pretty good. He does stuff. But like I say, I want the good Lord to keep him with me as long as he can. And I hope God can touch him, he can heal him, and it'd be all gone. But that'd be a miracle itself. God touching him, if that ever happened. This is part of life, guys. We get old. Getting old is very difficult to live with, especially in today's world. 50, 60 years ago, when you had an old man, your security constitution was at peace. Right now, you get my age, you're going through more bull crap than you ever have in your whole entire life. So actually, it's rough coming in and rougher getting out. It is what it is, boys. Okay. I'll keep the videos going as long as I can until we leave this trailer. I figure I got about maybe a good 30 more days in here and I'll be gone. So hopefully within 30 days I'll be able to have a home. And I'm pretty sure I will. Because I know one thing, guys. God helps those that help themselves. And I'll help myself, my brother, the best I can. God knows it. And I know God's going to find me a home. With all your prayers out there, God works his miracles to people. Something will arise for me. I know it will. I'm going to be very happy. I want to be happy. I don't want to be sad and gloom. I want to spend the rest of my life happy. But right now, like I say, these here it's a pretty good shot in the ash can. I love working on my model ships. So, that's what I got going right now, guys. I'll probably have live action. I'll tell you what, I'll throw in a live action on the Battleship Texas tonight. You guys will like that. I'm going to paint this bad boy tonight with an airbrush. I got all my paints here and everything. I got my special paint that I mixed. It's all there. Ready for airbrushing. I'll let this dry for another 45 minutes or so, and I'll go back and do some skinning. I'm going to get it all skinned up. Then brush on a coat of that spackle I got down there. You don't want to put that stuff on heavy. Because you'll be constantly going down and cause a lot of dust. So take it outside like I did. Take your brush. This is the kind of brush you use. Like I say, you take your spackle. It's like painting. You paint the stuff on your hull, like I did in there. It'll fill in. Then lightly, you use your hands. I never use fingers. Very lightly with 320 grit wet and dry sandpaper, black stuff. And just sand it off. Once you sand it perfectly off, you got to put a primer on it. So you can put red oxide primer, put gray primer. I use gray primer. The color primer I use last. So I can put the primer on. When it dries, you can see any imperfections. You can either use this to spot it out, or go back and take your spackle and go back over it again. Do another sanding. Little blast of primer until it's all completely done. And you're ready to go. That's only on card models. Usually it's not permissible on card models to paint and fill, put primer and crap on it. because the beauty of card models, the printing's there for you. That's the beauty of it. But I want to take this thing a little extra. I'm going to get my pastels over here. I'm going to start doing some weather using my pastel system I got going on. I'm going to be busy. I want to keep my mind occupied. Keep me thinking about stuff. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Just let you know what's going on right now. I appreciate you guys watching the video and things, and your 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 wonderful, wonderful candor and replies are very heartwarming to me. This is a very bad time of year for all the stuff that happened. Boy, it's like Pearl Harbor. It is. It reminds me of the 7-7 of 1941. It's a feeling like, imagine if you will, being attacked by a foreign country on Christmas Day. That's what it feels like. But I'm strong. I know I'll go through this. I got God. He's over there looking at me right now, Jesus is. And I look at him every day and I say, help me, Jesus, help me. He doesn't say nothing to me, but he knows. He ain't supposed to say anything to me. He's already doing it right now for me already. Anyway, I'm having a good time with this Oklahoma. It does get lonely here sometimes, guys. It does. If it wasn't for you guys and this stuff, I'd be in a mental institution. Anyway, I'm out of here. And thank you very much for today's watching today's video. Make mama happy. Take care of the little ones. Stay focused when you drive. Spend wisely. Get yourself a kit. Enjoy life. It's wonderful. And I hope you guys are going to have a real wonderful Christmas this year. Make sure your kids take care of guys. Like me, Christmas means nothing to me. But when you got children and a spouse, take care of them. That's their Christmas. Your Christmas will come in. I'm King Santa Claus here. I made all this happen. That's my Christmas. I make people happy. It makes me happy because I'm doing something good. I was happy when I was a kid. I had Christmas. Like I raised the tree, some of my toys and stuff I got, like we all did. I was very joyous and happy. But it's a joyous time of year, guys, and a very sad time of year. So I got turned in sadness into gladness, and that's what I'm trying to work on right now. I'm trying to keep up the spirits, keep my chin up. Okay, boys, I'm out of here. Say your prayers, and we'll have live action on USS Texas tonight. The camera's fully charged up to the gills, so I'm ready to lay down the keel, lay down the ways, and underway ship's colors and ship's work. This is Frankie Day Models signing out. I'll catch you guys on live action tonight, so stay posted for that.